What's up, guys, and welcome back to Poker Night. I've got another fun dealer choice poker game that I'm going to share with you. It's called Dillingers Deuces. Now you can play this with 5 cards or 7. The 5 cards is going to be 2 down, 3 up. 7 cards is going to be the standard 3 down, 4 up. You can play it however you want. I just prefer 7 card games. I like bigger pots. I like more cards to choose from, stuff like that. Now keep watching, and I'm going to show you how to play it and deal it. So here's how you play and deal Dillingers Deuces. Start with a shuffle deck of cards. You can play with up to 7 people in this game. Let's go ahead and determine your ante. We're going to say each one of these chips is worth a quarter, and the ante is a quarter. Once the ante's good, you're going to give all players 2 down cards, and then go ahead and give every player 1 up card. Now it's Dillingers Deuces because deuces can do one of 2 things. You can determine if they're wild, or you can trade them for 2 cards. So I didn't give this player here an up card because once you turn over a deuce that's face up, then you have to give that player the option. You either keep it as a wild card, or you can get 2 new up cards. And you want to get that done before you continue on around the table. Now if a deuce is down, face down, it just means nothing more than it's a deuce. So this player here has the option. He can leave this deuce up, and all deuces that are up are going to be wild. So he can determine, I'm going to keep this deuce up and I'm going to keep it wild. Once he makes that determination, he can't change it later on. Or he can flip it down, it becomes a normal deuce, and he gets 2 up cards. And then you're going to continue on dealing around the table. So if he decided that the deuce is just going to turn into a regular deuce, and he picked 2 new cards. So he's going to wind up with extra cards at the end. So once this player here is taken care of with that deuce, you can continue on to the next player. So now that everyone has their up cards, you can determine who has the highest hand on the table, which is this jack. So this player here, he's going to bet a quarter, and everybody's going to call. Once the pot's good, you can go ahead and give everybody another up card. And now dealer just hit a deuce. So before you do anything else, the dealer is going to determine if he wants the deuce to stay wild. He's just going to leave it up. If he would like to turn it down, he gets 2 extra cards. So I'm going to leave this 2 up, which means it's going to be wild. I can't change it later on in the game. I determine that it's wild because I leave it up. Remember, any deuce that's down is not wild. It means nothing more than it's a deuce. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this up, and now we can go to the betting action, which is going to be this ace-jack. So he's going to bet a quarter, and table's going to call. Now with this deuce being wild, I technically have a pair of 6s. But being wild, I don't go by that betting action. I go by whatever has the hardest hand on the table. I mean hard cards. No wild cards are affected. So once the betting's good, we can give everybody another up card. Just hit a pair of bullets. There's my 6. And now looking on the table, this guy here has got a pair of hard aces. His turn to bet. We're going to say he's going to bet a quarter. Everybody's going to call. Once the pot's good, give everybody their 4th up card. Now remember, since this player traded, he actually has 5 up cards and 3 down cards. But once all the other players have their 4 up cards, now we're going to give everybody a down card after this. Let's take a look at the table. Got a possible straight going on here. He's got 2 aces. With this deuce being wild, I actually have 2 9s. But these two hard aces are going to bet a quarter. And the rest of the players are just going to call. Now you can give everybody their last down card. Now if you look over here, this player here has 4 down cards and 5 up cards. Well, we know one of those down cards is a deuce. And anybody else that has a deuce that is down, the deuce means nothing more than it's a deuce. Any deuces that are left up on the table are wild. So the dealer only has a wild card. So now everybody has the cards that they're dealt. And now I go around the table just going clockwise for the final betting. Because let's say this guy here had the last chance to bet with whatever hand he has. Once I give everyone their final down card, I just do a betting round going clockwise around the table. It doesn't matter what you have up on the table. So this player here is going to have betting action again. And he's going to bet a quarter. Everybody's going to call. So now the dealer can just announce like 1, 2, 3 flip, or show them however you want to do it. And everybody can flip over their cards. Keep these down cards to the back, because if somebody's got a deuce laying down, we just want to make sure that it doesn't get mixed in with any of the up cards. Like we want to make sure that this deuce here doesn't actually float up into this up card, because we know this is just a hard deuce. So if we look over here, we got 3, 4, no straight, no flushes. He's got a pair of aces, and that's about it. This player here with all these cards, let's see, he's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got a straight. So actually trading that deuce for the 2 extra cards probably helped him. Dealer, let's see, now remember this deuce is wild because it's up. So he's got 3 sixes. Or, let's see, he's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what was this player here straight? He's at 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, let's see, 2. He's at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got a 7 high straight. Dealer has, what was it, a 9 high straight? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So dealer actually has the higher straight. So dealer's going to win the pot. And that ends the game. So hopefully this game isn't too confusing for you. Usually you got to play it a couple times to kind of get the hang of it. But the gist of it is, any deuces still left up are wild. Any deuces down, face down, just mean that they're deuces. And if you take your up deuce and you trade it for the 2 cards, it always flips down, so it's no longer wild. And it makes for a pretty interesting game. And especially if you get a deuce early on, whether you keep it wild or trade it, it's kind of a hard decision. If you get the deuce later on, like on the 4th up card, it's a lot easier to make that decision. So it's kind of funny when somebody makes a decision and then maybe they get another deuce and they wish they would have kept it wild. It makes for some good conversation at the poker table. That's how you play and deal Dillinger Deuces. Take it to your next poker game, try it out, see how everybody likes it. Comment down below, tell me what you think. And I thank you guys for watching.